How I feel? Relax. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock her hips. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she clap her hips, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with some breaking news as we officially got word that the Washington Commanders have made their GM hire. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated if you can help me get there as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So the Washington Commanders have officially hired assistant GM Adam Peters of the San Francisco 49ers to become their new general manager. This is a home run hire for the Washington Commanders, and if you have not been sleeping under the rock, which means you're not surprised at this hire, because this has been one of the two names that we have talked about for the past couple of days. Do you guys know? I just think, bro, we just have fired Ron Rivera on Monday, bro. It is Friday, and we already got our general manager. Like, I love how fast this thing is going, man. Like, it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping, you know, the Lions, they lose on Sunday, so we can get Ben Johnson up in here. You know, I want Bobby Sloag, but as the days go on, I am coming around to the likelihood that it will probably either be Ben Johnson or Mike Macdonald. And if it's Mike Macdonald, I want an offensive minded guy, but Mike Macdonald is the one defensive minded guy that I'm cool with. You feel me? So we got the general manager. This is an amazing hire, man. Let's go ahead and try to read the article in full if there is a big article. We know he's worked closely with John Lynch. And again, he was going to be offered the same position in San Francisco. However, with him being in San Francisco, it still was going to be John Lynch's show as he got moved up to president of football operations. Right, so he's coming here, so it's his stuff. Like, this is his show, you feel me? He's going to be in charge of hiring the head coach. He's going to be in charge of everything, right? So it's a season first general manager hire. Commanders are hiring 49ers assistant general manager Adam Peters as their new general manager, sources tell me. Peters won Super Bowls while working in New England and Denver, and has been in San Francisco since 2017, helped build one of the best rosters in the NFL. I love this move. I really do. And to be honest with you, there wasn't really nobody else that I was interested in besides like JoJo Woodruff of the Chargers. And the reason why I was interested in him is because as Adam Schefter just mentioned, roster building is one of their biggest things. Have you looked at how good the Chargers roster is? Have you looked at how good the 49ers roster is? I understand the Chargers' success hasn't been good, but that's due to poor leadership, and that can be fixed if you're in the position to fix that, right? So I'm excited for it. I'm now next block to knock down is head coach, and I wonder who that is going to be. I wonder if we're going to get a press conference today, or if we're going to get one tomorrow. This is amazing. This is amazing. So I don't even know what to say, y'all. I really don't. I already got everything I needed to say out the way in 4 minutes. It says top Commanders coaching priority from PFT commenters. Mike Vrabel 1, he's a fantastic coach. 2, Ben Johnson, and 3, Jim Harbaugh. So Jim Harbaugh has creeped up into the top 3. That's good. That's actually interesting because I thought we wouldn't have been interested in him. But look, if that's the case, I'm fine with it. Like, again, I know a lot of y'all were on my back about my Jim Harbaugh video, but it was more so just personal preference. It's not necessarily that I have anything against Jim Harbaugh himself. I understand how good of a head coach he is with consecutively winning Big Ten championships, finally getting that national championship title today, this past week, and obviously the success that he had in San Francisco. So I know he's a wonderful coach. I just would prefer to have somebody younger, you know, and somebody that, you know, can go along with this new age thing. You know, Jamar Mayo just got hired by the Patriots. He's 37 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that I want to look at. And this is kind of crazy that I'm thinking about it now, though. Have y'all realized like there has been? Maybe I haven't seen it, but I don't think there's been any word out on Antonio Pierce. So maybe Antonio Pierce doesn't get hired by the Raiders, and I think they potentially go with someone else. And could that open up Antonio Pierce's availability to potentially become defensive coordinator? Would y'all like that? Because I was thinking maybe you could say head coach, but I don't know. Maybe like defensive coordinator Antonio Pierce, head coach, and Ben Johnson or Bobby Slope. But you got to think wherever we go, like if it's Mike McDonald as the head coach, that probably increases Antonio Pierce's chances of becoming the defensive coordinator here. But if we're thinking about like Ben Johnson or Bobby Sloke or someone else, they're probably going to bring their own staff over. And same could be said for Baltimore too. But so I don't know if Antonio Pierce, but I did see his name come around too. I'm excited, man. Let's go ahead and read some of these comments of people's reaction. They're just saying, let's go. Best birthday gift ever. About time. Actually huge. Finally made a good choice. Everybody's excited, man. And that's all you can really be. Because you look at the 49ers success. I know he's won other places, but the most recent success, obviously, look at the 49ers each and every year. Always in the NFC Championship, always, competing for playoffs, berths, and Super Bowls, and their culture is dang good over there. And it's just an exciting time every year. 49ers, been a 49ers fan. Kyle Shanahan, hell of a coach. So that gives me confidence that we can potentially get a coach that we like and we can have for the foreseeable future. He's been there. He's seen how this thing has ran. He's been there since 2017. So he actually helped to rebuild this roster, rebuild this team. Remember, 2020, I want to say, was it 2019 or 2020? This team was not that good, like 49ers. So they rebuilt this whole roster. They got a quarterback. They swung and missed on Trey Lance, so that is a little worrisome. But again, he's not in charge of the full operation. He's just an assistant. So that is worrisome that they missed on that pick right there. But that goes to show you, because remember, they had to trade all the way up to number 3 to even get Trey Lance. So for the people that want to jump in front of Chicago and get Caleb Williams, there is an increased chance with this hire that could take place. Or you could take at number 2 Jaden Daniels, who has the biggest, in my opinion, the biggest boom or bust potential. I think, and I could be wrong about this, but this is just my early assessment on Jaden Daniels. He gives me Anthony Richardson vibes. That's what I've said about Anthony Richardson. I think he has the biggest boom or bust potential. Yeah, I understand what CJ Stroud is doing. Like, he's playing amazing, but I think as far as like who could have the best career as far as talent wise, I think it's Anthony Richardson, and I think Jaden Daniels is right there in that discussion this year. Like, obviously Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in this class, and probably would be the safest pick. But the biggest boom or bust potential, in my opinion, it's got to be Jaden Daniels, because he's the in my opinion, like the X factor in sense of like what he could turn into. But also, that being said, it's a big risk because he could definitely not pan out. This guy was in Arizona State for 2019 to 2021. Then he went to LSU when he turned up. 6'4", 210. Tell me you wouldn't want that as your quarterback. 6'4", 210. He threw for over 3,800 yards and 40 touchdowns while rushing for 100 yards and 10 touchdowns. So he won the Heisman. Like, the more I look at it, I necessarily don't want Jaden Daniels, but I feel like that potential could draw somebody to want to draft him over Drake May. And I'm talking only if Caleb Williams isn't available. Now, if Caleb Williams is there and we decide to trade up, get to Caleb Williams, obviously he's the pick. But I'm talking about if Chicago takes Caleb Williams, because I still to this day just don't think there's a chance that they pass up on Caleb Williams, man. You had the number 1 pick 2 times in a row. Passed up on Bryce Young, which at this current point doesn't seem like a bad decision. And then you have a chance to draft another quarterback, the first overall, and you could potentially pass up on him too. I don't really know if I'm comfortable with that if I'm Jaden Daniels. I mean, if I'm Chicago. So to me personally, I still think they're going to take Caleb Williams, but they don't. He's open for business. You could bring him back home. That scares me though, because Chase Young was a hometown kid. and we seen how that played out. But they're two different players. I understand that, but that does have a little PTSD. So yeah, that concerns me. But he's a hotel kid. He has all the talent in the world. He hasn't really had the success in college, but if you actually watch their games, yeah, obviously he's had games where he's been off the mark, but a lot too. With Caleb Williams is the team around him. The defense was horrible at USC, right? So it's definitely unfair to really judge his whole career based off of what he did at USC, because there were a lot of games where he put up 40 plus points, but his defense let up 45 or 50, like, you know. So, and I think towards the end of the year, that's when it started to spiral out of control when it comes to the losing. And I understand his character could be an issue, you know, crying in his mom's lap. A lot of people make that big deal, turning down media. So there's a lot of red flags when it comes to Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels, don't know too much about his personality, you know. So again, you're going to have the cream of the crop, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. Even if Caleb Williams is gone, you still would like, if you want one of these guys and you still feel comfortable with liking one of these guys, you know, you could draft them. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, whoever. Or if we hired Ben Johnson, a lot of people was also saying Ben Johnson, since he was at the Senior Bowl with Sam Howell, that could potentially persuade Ben Johnson to want to roll with Sam Howell. So there's a lot on the table, essentially what I'm saying, and GM Adam Peters is going to have a lot of work ahead of him when it comes to trying to prepare this team and move it in the right direction for the future. This feels dang good, y'all. Like, we are finally building structure, and we've had countless GMs under Dan Snyder, but it's just the fact that he's not here anymore. This is the first year, like, it's a real reset, and we've moved swiftly. We fired Ron Rivera on Monday. It is Friday, and we got our general manager. Y'all have a blessed one. Your boy, 3 days away from shipping all. It's good. It's gonna be a culture shock and a change, and very nerve-wracking that I won't be in the DMV no more. I won't be with my family, but I know I can do it. I'm built for anything. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be uploading videos in no time. Love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. See y'all later. Peace.